education. But if we take a look at how the government works, even in the year 2019, a promise was being made by the Chief Minister of Meghalaya right there on Malki ground in front of everyone, where he is going to take this matter of the ad hoc teachers seriously, and he is going to do like make things right on that very year in the month of November, that is 2019. 3 years have passed. Nothing, nothing has happened. We are still suffering the same with the same ailments, and it seems to us that there is no cure. And recently, yes, the education minister has stated to the media that he is going to enhance, but we are no longer in a position to believe the words that come out of the mouth of the minister or the minister's concern. What we are looking forward is something that is legal, something that is in black and white. We are looking something that is written on paper. We can only trust something that is on paper. We can no longer trust words that are hollow, and we will no longer believe in the promises that are being made on media from one side to the other. So that is why we are still going forward with the agitation, despite the education minister stating on media that there is going to be enhancement. Another reason why we are we are going forward with this, because we can see that the government itself is in a dilemma. How much money is required to upgrade the ad hoc teachers to the status of the deficit? They are not very clear. Last year, we can see that in the budget session of the assembly, the honorable education minister has stated that the government is going to need 500 crores extra additional, which the government does not have, he says, not what I'm saying. This year he states that the government is going to need 700 crores. So I don't really understand how is it in a matter of just 1 year 200 crores is added to this. Now going forward, if we take a look at what we have calculated, we have come up with an amount of the government is going to need around 250 crores to 400 crores. That is approximately how much the amount is required for the government to upgrade the status of the ad hoc teachers to that of the deficit. But we are getting different numbers from the government. So based on this dilemma, maybe somewhere in the department of the government of the education, maybe the officers are also in delusional about the number of ad hoc teachers that are there in the state of Meghalaya, and maybe they are delusional about how much is the salary of the ad hoc teachers of Meghalaya. So I'm just going to state that the salary of the ad hoc teachers of Meghalaya based on the LP, UP, secondary and higher secondary is 12,000, 16,000, 20,000, and 24,000. So this is our salary. So based on that, maybe the government will be able to come up with a proper number. And if the government is still in a dilemma, then indeed the government does not have money, because if we need 350 crores only to be upgraded to the status of a deficit teacher, then the number that the education minister is getting is 700 crores. It means that is twice the number. If it is twice the number, then it is twice the expenditure. Then it is justified that the government thinks that it does not have the money that it requires. But if you come to the actual ground reality, the reality is maybe we need only 350 crores based on the number of schools that have been upgraded like recently to the ad hoc category, and maybe based on the number of teachers that have been upgraded recently. Now the next thing that I would like to put forward is the 3% of cess tax. In the last 6 years, the government has been collecting tax in different forms. We have also been introduced to the SGST, which is the state GST. So according to the cess tax that is supposed to go to education, 3% of the total tax is supposed to go to education. Of the total tax that is being collected is supposed to go to education. Now, in the last 6 years, there has been no enhancement and no increment. So it means the question that I want to put forward is, where is this 3% of cess tax that is supposed to go to the LP, UP, secondary and high secondary section of education? where is that money? Whether it has been collected or not. If it has been collected, then why is it that our salary is the same for the last 6 years? Then if it has not been collected, then why it has not been collected? So these are the kinds of questions, and these are the kinds of arguments that we have to put forward to the government, who keeps on telling us that it does not have the money. Last year, according to the report, 5,240.30 crores has been returned to the central government, because the state government has not been able to produce the utilization certificate. Now, if the state government is stating that it does not have money, then why did you return the 5,240.30 crores back to the center? If you are returning, it means you have excess money. Then if you have excess money, then why is there no increment? Another thing, some of the government officials are stating that the 5,000 plus is for developmental activities. Well, if it is for the developmental activities, then why is it not being used in these developmental activities, or why is it not being used in these sectors? And another question that I would like to put forward to the government is, give us the list of these developmental activities that is there, that the 5,240.30 crores is supposed to go to, and whether education is part of that process or not. So these are the kinds of arguments that we are putting forward to the government, and we hope that the government will respond to us in the affirmative, because according to us, this is not something that we want. This is not something that we crave, but this is something that we deserve. In the last 6 years, there has been a lot of hike in all the prices, and as you can see that even the school fees has risen up so high. So when the school fees is going up, why isn't the salary of the teachers going up? And how are the teachers going to feed their children? If you take on an average, the taxi fare has gone from rupees 10 to rupees 50. That is 5 times it has increased. Now, if we also talk about our increment in the year 2016 to 2013 to 2016, there has been a 100% of increment or enhancement in our salary. But from the year 2016 to 2022, there has been no enhancement whatsoever. So